So, I'm about to embark on my 4th World Cup. See, we've gone all retro. Hopefully, England can bring it back. As it stands, I'm out there for 3 group games, 2 other games that are non-England, and if we get to the final, it's a provisional ticket. Do I think we're going to win it? Nah. I think we've gone backwards since the Euros, but hey, stranger things have happened, but more likely. But the more chance of Oldham getting promoted or me getting laid, England winning this World Cup. But you never know, surprise things have happened. Hopefully you'll enjoy this adventure with me, this Arabian World Cup. It's fair to say it's been very controversial so far, and say they've imposed the beer ban, but we've been on medication, not really been drinking much since September like me. It's not the end of the world. I'd rather keep that extra money for what they're charging for a pint, put it into watching more games. But a bit of sun, a Winter World Cup, it's not jingle bells, it's 3 lines this year. I've not heard of existing new versions, 3 lines that's been released today, but we'll see what happens anyway. Come on, England. Evening, Pete, how are you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate.
Looking forward to the World Cup?
It'd be interesting. It's a shame it's this time of the year, but you know, it's a break in it.
It's something different, that's why I look at it. So yeah. I'm just going to ask you for a couple of predictions, okay, pal, if you don't mind. So, who do you think will win the World Cup?
Argentina.
And who do you think will win who will win the Golden Boot?
Mbappe.
Good shout. Which country will flop?
Done this as a joke. Wales.
Right. Who will be the surprise package?
Mexico.
Have you got a favourite World Cup memory?
The whole of the 1990 World Cup.
Very nice.
Specifically, the late goal from Platt to take us through.
An Oldham boy scoring, yeah. So nostalgic. And finally, how do you think England will do?
I think out of the group and quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. Cheers for that, pal, mate.
No worries.
And we'll come back to these when the tournament's over. Have a good one.
Enjoy the World Cup yourself.
Cheers, thanks for that, pal.
Hi guys, I'm Doug. I'm a Carlisle fan. I'm from Carlisle. I support Australia. Basically, all my family's, most of my family are Australian. But I do follow England because it's where I was born. So I'll talk a little bit about Australia and a tiny bit about England. To win the whole thing, I think it'll be Brazil. I don't think you can look past them. The heat will also help them as well. The Golden Boot, Neymar. I think this is finally the time he's going to come good on any stage rather than just being a useless rolling about on the floor prick. The flop I would say will be the Netherlands. I just think they've got too many, I'm not going to say massive egos, but bigger egos that they seem to be a bit more selfish, I think, and they don't really do well at finals lately. The surprise package for me will be Denmark, kind of the opposite to Netherlands. They've not really got the egos. They've got a massive team spirit, and they are hard to beat. Australia, I think we'll be lucky to get 3rd place in the group. You know, I'm not expecting anything. We're basically there because they need to make the numbers up, and we scraped through by the skin of the teeth on qualifying. England, I think they'll be quarter-finalists, no more. I think the heat will hinder them, and the Southgate, I don't think he quite knows his best side.
Big man, who do you think will win the World Cup?
Brazil.
Who's your tip for Golden Boot?
Harry Kane.
Who's your outsider to do well?
Denmark.
Who's going to flop?
Germany.
And what's your favourite England memory? Or World Cup moment?
World Cup moment. That's an ardent. Harry Kane, Germany last year.
That was the Euros, but we'll take it for now. So who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Brazil.
And who's your tip for the Golden Boot?
Lautaro Martinez, Argentina.
Fair play, I've gone for him as well. Who's your tips for the outsiders to do well? Surprise package.
Maybe Holland. Netherlands, yeah.
Who's your tip to flop?
England.
I was going to say, how far do you think England are going to go?
I think we might not get out of the group.
So I think they'll draw with Iran myself. And what's your favourite World Cup memory? If you have one.
David Platt, 1990, over the shoulder against Belgium.
An Oldham boy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for that.
Hi, my name is Francis Reyes, and I'm supporting England in the World Cup. I would have supported Chile, but Chile, unfortunately, not in this year's World Cup, which is a bit of a shame. Who do I think that's going to win it? I think that's either going to be England. I would like to, but I would say Argentina as well. Golden Boot, I think that's Messi's going to win it. I wouldn't be surprised. The team that I think that's going to flop this year is France. I think that they're going to struggle in the first round and they're going to be knocked out. And the surprise team, I would say South Korea as well. But we'll wait and see. Anyway, enjoy the World Cup. Bye.
Hi Tom, this is Paul Mack, MK Dons and Scotland fan, with answers to your World Cup questions. So to start with, who as a Scotland fan will I be supporting at this World Cup? My answer is Wales, not because they're playing England, but instead because they have MK Dons' very own Matty Smith in their squad. And also Denmark, due to the political statement they're making against Qatar hosting this World Cup. Their shirts you'll not be able to see the logo or the emblem on them. And I think it's quite a nice, subtle statement of protest against the fact that Qatar are hosting this World Cup. I myself aren't happy with it. As lower league fans, having the World Cup going on while we're still playing our games is a big distraction, and especially a distraction against the FA Cup second round, which is a big event, I think, for non-league teams as they try to get into the third round draw and find out who could be playing one of the big boys. And it's just a shame, really. Of course, also, Qatar, with their horrible human rights record and stance against homosexuals, shouldn't be hosting it, but money talks. Who do I think is going to win it? Argentina. They'll be full of confidence, having won the Copa America. And I feel that they're going to be pulling together to try and get Messi that World Cup win. Dark horses, Uruguay. Tough group they're in, but if they can win it, I feel they've got a nice route through to at least the semi-finals. That ties into my choice for Golden Boot winner. I'm going to say Darwin Núñez. He's hit a little bit of form with Liverpool coming into this World Cup, and if he can carry on that confidence, I think he's going to be a real threat. Flop. I'm going to say Croatia. An aged team. The heat of Qatar. One tournament too many for them. Surprise. It's a hard one to pick out because I just see it being a tournament dominated by the big boys, as World Cups normally are. So I'll say Canada to get out of the group, which also holds Croatia. I think they'll be the beneficiaries of Croatia flopping. They won't get much further than the group because it would mean going up against Spain or Germany probably in the second round. But even getting out of the group, I think, would constitute a surprise. So that's what I'm going to go for. World Cup memories. As a Scotland fan, don't have a great many of them. But like most people of my age, Italia 90, despite actually being a fairly bland and boring tournament, holds a special place in the heart. The disappointment of defeat by Costa Rica, the elation of then beating Sweden. I seem to remember having to tune into Eurosport to watch that rather than it being on BBC or ITV. And then the utter heartbreak of the late defeat by Brazil in the final group game. Mo Johnson missing a fantastic chance to level it for us. And even then, we still had a chance of getting through to the second round, having won one game. But a series of results from the other groups meant that we ended up being the third place team who didn't go through. Also from that World Cup, of course, Roger Miller's wiggle every time he scored a goal, lost in the memory. 98 World Cup, Scotland got a point against Norway. I suppose that's a high point for me watching Scotland at World Cups. We gave Brazil a game again. Memories of other teams. Let me think. It's always kind of rooted as a Scotland fan in how England get on. and their defeat to Argentina in the second round of '98. A fantastic game. That one, with Michael Owen's goal in that last song in the memory as well. So I'll sign off. Enjoy the World Cup. Don't get in trouble out there. Have a good one.
So I'm going for Argentina to win it. The top goal scorer will be Martinez of Argentina. And the surprise package, I would have said Senegal before Mane got injured, but I'm going for Serbia and Canada to get out the group. Biggest flop, I'm going for Belgium. England, I think we'll get to the quarterfinals. Favourite World Cup memory, obviously Gaz's tears. Owen's goal at 98, the hot nostalgia of 1990, being in South Africa 2010, although we drew 1-1 with USA being at the first World Cup. Hopefully enjoyable good tournament. Thanks to everyone that's joined in and made the predictions. Let's have a listen to what other people said. On the plane, Qatar bound, just about to head off on this World Cup Arabian adventure. It's going to be fun one way or the other. Sean, a long-term friend of mine, first met at Euro 2012, and he's been in tournament since France 98. How are you doing, pal?
Yeah, not too bad, just glad to be here now.
Yeah, as you can see, we have arrived. So, Sean, who do you think will win the World Cup?
I think Brazil.
Brazil. Right, who's your tip for the Golden Boot?
Ooh, that's quite a hard one. I'm going to go Mbappe.
Mbappe, good shout. Who will be the surprise package?
Just trying to think. Could be Serbia.
I've said the same thing. And who do you think will flop?
Who do you think is going to flop? Let's have a think. Possibly Belgium again.
That's who I've gone for.
I always think they should be.
And finally, how do you think England will do?
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Probably
Okay.
play France and
Well,
second best one way or whatever.
when we get that plane back after the Wales game together, we'll know if we've done predicted right or if we should start saving up for a later.
We at least have an
trip.
idea who we're going to play in the later rounds if we get
Cheers
through.
for that, pal. And also a big thank you to everyone else who's taken part and answered the questions. See you later.